The inaugural AVP League continues in sunny San Diego. 8 teams jockeying for the top 4 spots to make the championships. The Miami Mayhem and the San Diego Smash go head-to-head. Tensions will rise in the first matchup. The Joker, Penguin, Harley Quinn, Bane, Chase, Trevor, choose your villain. Week 3 of the AVP League continues from Viejas Arena. Two teams that sit in the middle of the standings are going head-to-head. Who will come out on top? This could be a decider as you look to the later sections of the league. Welcome to San Diego State and Viejas Arena. A gorgeous Saturday or Sunday afternoon as we get set for a keyed up matchup between the San Diego Smash and the Miami Mayhem. Kleinman, Ross, Brunner, and Crabb versus the home team. Tony Rodriguez, Gina Urango. Look at that. They bring all the energy, all the sunshine on their side. Chase Budinger and Miles Evans. As you look to the leaderboard, the New York Nitro look very solid. They finally took a loss in that last match. Tr.Crabb and Taylor Sander, but there's the 4 and the 5 spot. The Miami Mayhem and San Diego Smash, just the top 4 teams making the championships in Los Angeles. Hi everyone, I'm Cameron Irwin alongside Kevin Barnett, and we are starting off with a hotly contested matchup. The first time we've seen them play each other since Chicago. Chase and Miles are facing off against, who knows, the villains, Trevor and Theo.
Well, the interesting thing here is sometimes you see athletes who try and say, no, it doesn't matter, we've moved on, it's not the same. Yeah, this is carried forward. If you go ahead and check the AVP Instagram, this is carried forward. There was action last night. Miles Evans carrying forward from this moment in Chicago.
A little push, a little shove. The shove maybe heard around the world. I don't know what you want to call it.
Or the flop heard around the world.
That too. I spoke with all 4 of these athletes, and there were some conversations, some questions of IQ heading into this matchup. There was even more about whether it's annoying to play against a certain team, maybe not, but you can guarantee it is going to be very tense out there.
Yeah, some guys respond more to trash talk than others, and I'll use it more. This is not a diffuse situation. We're about to light the wick on this once again here in San Diego.
Will Tr.Crabb live rent-free in your head? That is the question. He's good at doing it. Can he do it in this matchup? Down to Mark Sherman now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AVP League at Viejas Arena in San Diego, California. Tonight's main event features 2 teams who are ready to bring some mayhem, ready to smash down the opponent. In the red corner, the Miami Mayhem, wearing the number 1, standing 6 feet 5 inches tall at a Long Beach state, it's Trevor Crabb. Wearing the number 2, the 6 foot 7 inch blocker out of UC Santa Barbara, it's Theo Brunner. And their opponents in the blue corner, your San Diego Smash. Wearing the number 1, the 6 foot 4 defender out of UC Santa Barbara, it's Miles Evans. And wearing the number 2, the 6 foot 7 blocker out of Arizona, Chase Budinger.
Game on. Game on.
You think so? If those handshakes don't say anything about this matchup. They meet at the net. No boxing gloves yet.
Everybody ignoring Trevor except for Theo. Think you'll see some hard-driven balls in this one.
Tr.Crabb with the first serve. The animosity is palpable. Mayhem to the left side. Budinger and Evans on the right.
Love Mark Sherman introducing the corners. Word from our staff, though, from the production. You introduce the blue corner first, then the red corner. Theo starting the way he started last night.
Theo has really got wrapped up into this.
Theo does less talk. He does more text and type, and then playing.
Well, Kevin, you were calling that match in Chicago, and it continued beyond just the shove. The interactions, every single point. What can you anticipate here? How do you handle that?
I doubt it gets physical again. I don't think it will get physical, but I think there will continue to be a ton of chatter and talk and celebration of plays on one side or the other. I'm waiting for Trevor to get a kill. You know what kind of triggered it was the fact that Trevor ended up at the net in a bang-bang play, and there had been all that animosity building up to it, and he got a huge stuff block and then came under the net. It was a big play that triggered it.
Well, and I actually caught up with Miles Evans about when the beef started, and he said it actually was years ago.
Okay.
Go back to social media, and he said, Trevor definitely, we know he is a keyboard warrior. He was in the comment section for years in regards to Miles Evans' game.
Well, that is where Theo and Trevor do some of their funniest work. They are really good on Instagram, trolling each other in a lot of cases, but certainly everyone else.
Well, you saw yesterday, too, for Chase and Miles in their last match, that there was a flop even then. Trevor sitting courtside. You can find that clip on social media. I asked Trevor about it. I said, did you see him do exactly what the gesture was towards your direction? He goes, yeah, I saw it, but I also know I instigated it. With a wry smile. Of course you did.
All right, all right. Well, if your puppet gives you the finger, then that doesn't matter, I guess, is the insinuation there. All right. Theo again on Evans. You know, Evans yesterday played long stretches of good volleyball, hit one of his highest percentages in league play thus far. I talked to him afterwards and said, hey, what happened in that match? He said it was kind of small misplays, and he had some defensive opportunities that he generated, but they just didn't convert, and they didn't get those runs that are ever so important to control of a set or control of a match. They really change the complexion of a match when you can score 2 or 3 in a row. And I wonder with this pair, the San Diego Smash, what do they do exceptionally well to control a match? For Theo, it's blocking. For Andy Benish, it's serving. What is it these guys are going to make their signature?
Maybe that swing. How about the athleticism of Chase Budinger? To your point, this team is 1-2 in league matches.
And people have stayed away from Chase. He's hitting an extremely high percentage, doesn't have a ton of attacks because people are avoiding him.
Strong serve. Ball doesn't even come back across the net. Time to head to the third member of our crew, Casey Patterson.
Yeah, I'm down here with Taylor. You know, we talked about the Trevor and the Chase push, that whole dynamic and drama, and I just like, I got to go to the brother and be like, well, how many times did you push Trevor to the floor?
Well, so with us, it was actually no pushes. It was more punches and some rear naked chokes and some guillotines. We got after it as kids. It wasn't just a shove match.
That's good to know, because I got 2 older boys too, and I'm like, why are you guys punching each other? Because I don't have brothers, and I'm like, this is so foreign to me. So that was just like a mild kitchen push.
Yeah, I mean, that was what started everything. And then it escalated from there.
Why do you think Trevor's handling right now, dealing with all the like hype around it and the pressure? Do you think he's just going to go into his game and just kind of play, or kind of chirp and try to ignite it a little bit more?
No, I think at this point he just wants to send a message that he's better than Miles and he wants to beat him.
Yeah. He's going to stay with his game. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, we're fine.
Nice work, Casey. Taylor getting in on the mix. Brotherly love down there, and you can, of course, think back to Chicago, who ended up taking down Chase and Miles after they beat Trevor and Theo. It's Tr.Crabb and Taylor Sander.
Sometimes you got to stand up for your brother.
7-6 in the first games, played to just 15 points.
Now, service game clearly being won by the San Diego Smash. Already 3 aces and too many errors. Theo going for it. And he's been just long, just wide a couple of times. Chase has done an excellent job of placing a couple of these jump floats, the Laura Ludwig floats.
Nice snap from Theo Brunner. Theo told me he feels like he's playing 10 years younger as you look to the league format. All sets played to just 15 points, 1 timeout per set. And the standings will be determined based off your win percentage, so your record through our 8 regular season events. Theo saying he's getting his shoulders above the height of the net. Great example.
So there's the signature move, right? We saw it to start this match, and now again, Theo was making these big moves. This time it's reaching off to his left, and I like that. He'll show and take a lot of times. You're not quite sure where he's going to be when you contact the ball. It's not the same as when you're going to swing.
Picked up by Trevor. And snap back.
Oh, and interesting that Trevor didn't say anything there, because he picked up Miles' shot, put it away, got the lead of 1, didn't say anything, just let his play speak for it.
I just keep watching the end changes to see just exactly, are they going around the standard, through the net, as you take a look at Theo Brunner, the AVP best blocker.
And Trevor that time walked very slowly. The other team was coming by. Kyle Friend came and ran between the two of them. I think to just create a little bit of separation.
The Miami Mayhem 2-1 on the season for this men's duo. They took their first loss yesterday to Andy and Miles.
Well, look, this team's getting what they needed so far. They have to have the blocking of Theo. That's what keys everything else they do.
Well, let's take a little bit of a closer look to Tr.Crabb.
What is it like playing when you're getting heckled?
I hear it and I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. Like in my head, and then next play, just reset, try to do something good and give it right back to them. And when that happens, that really kind of boosts your confidence. So I'd say the more like I get heckled, the better I would play.
Tr.Crabb, champion in Chicago.
You can guarantee he enjoys getting heckled. It elevates his game. I spoke with him about his mentality coming into this one. He said he's kind of just chill before going into a matchup, but as soon as the lights come on and that first serve goes, he's all in. Nice pickup. Open net. And a little help.
There's a little extra on all these plays, though. A little extra. That's a beautiful rundown by Evans, and an equally exceptional set from Chase Budinger. There's a little extra in the movements. There's not a lot of extra chatter so far.
You got to talk when it counts. How about the left shoulder? Still nothing. Everyone on their best behavior. Principal must be around.
Yeah, just a bunch of Boy Scouts out here. The badge for sportsmanship. Who's going to get it?
Extended set.
Yeah, that's the one that has to be picked up. If you're Trevor and you're going to go next level, you got to pick up that ball and transition it. So he's in the angle, he's waiting, and then I think if he takes another step and lays out, he might be there. But either you have to leave it a touch earlier, recognize that play a millisecond earlier, probably a quarter of a second, and you make the play easily, or you have to full lay out and pick that one up.
No problem for Budinger. Little cagey play, tries to beat him to the spot.
Well, Trevor saying, my fault, my fault. There was a lot of spin on that ball, and he tried to take it up for his partner here. He tried to push it for the option, and instead he just pushed it over. And Miles is staying aggressive in transition. I like the more he stays aggressive, I think the better he plays.
Found the right contact there. 11-all. What's going to be the difference maker? Is it going to be a Theo block?
Yeah, I think if it's going to be for the Mayhem, it will be a Theo block.
He gets a touch. Crabb chiseling.
Got lucky on that one. Gave the smash a couple of opportunities to put that ball away. Can't do that.
Just like that, the Mayhem back on top. Called it. There's the block. Could that be the difference maker?
Oh, Theo's been dominating matches with these big moves. A huge jump to his left-hand side. Again, you just don't know where he's going to be. He is gaming out the play in his head.
Does he get another? The impact of his block still felt.
And now you start to hear a few words from Trevor Crabb. Got the lead now. I heard a little okay in there off the error.
You got to give yourself a little margin, right?
Time to get off your best behavior. No one really wants that badge anyway.
Especially not that guy.
No, don't iron it onto your sleeve. Who cares?
Set point. Short serve. Good touch. Budinger with a look. Off the hands. You got to step up here. Who's going to be clutch for the smash?
Okay, Miles has that cross serve that cuts from the left to the right for the receiver. He likes to get around the side of the ball. He was hitting it well in LA. Now would be a good time.
Pace taken off from the net. Nice hustle and a free ball. Quick set. Tempo offense, and the Mayhem have the first.
Pretty steady first set. Theo doing his blocking thing and just enough defense on the other side from Trevor.
Miami Mayhem strike first, 15-12.
Yeah, baby, that is right. It is time. Ladies and gentlemen, I could not be happier to be right here, right now.
We're in Austin, Dallas, Texas, for San Diego.
Get involved and have a reaction out here.
How about a little magic, huh?
The AVP League is brought to you by Wilson, the official ball of the AVP. Harbor Drive and the San Diego Bay. Gosh, lived down here for a few years. One of the best beach towns in Southern California. Whether you're in Pacific Beach, Point Loma, or right here on the campus of SDSU. A fantastic place to play. And Kevin Barnett, you're doing a nice job getting everything sorted here into the second as you take a look to the stats from the first to San Diego Smash and the Miami Mayhem. Mayhem hitting 667, Kevin Barnett.
Yeah, that'll do, right? That'll win a lot of matches, 667. And more importantly, getting the victory. That's what you want.
Awesome. Well, Cameron Irwin alongside Kevin Barnett and Troy Field. Welcome into the show.
Thank you.
So
Thank
great
you so
to
much
have you in the mix.
for having me.
All right, what were your takeaways from set one?
I mean, set one, it seemed that last little, like the throwdown block from Theo was kind of like a big momentum shift in the game. And I think these sets to 15 can provide some of that. You're really got to have a strong game plan. I think the coaches are really going to be a factor for teams getting that like 3v2 type of aspect. So Miami had a good little game plan towards the end. Once they kind of got that block, it seemed like they were scheming a little bit and did that. So it'll be cool to see how Chase and Miles respond here and how Dan, what sort of game plan he comes up with.
What do you think about the lack of chatter so far?
I mean, I think AVP and all the fans have done it enough. So I think the players are feeling it. That just let the volley do the talking today. And but how cool, I mean, it is the talk of the stadium. A lot of people are really excited. And it did bring a lot of people, I think, to put eyes on the AVP League. So we'll see. I hope it remains like this and we just get to watch really good volleyball.
And to your point about the number of eyes, 40 million views, that video on social media of the initial show.
Wow. Good grief.
Absolutely wild.
Yeah, everybody kind of hopes for a 1 million view.
How about 40?
40? Holy mackerel.
Troy Field playing alongside Tim Baumgren in league play. Off this weekend though, but so thrilled to have you now working as an analyst.
Yeah, it's special to be here. I want to be at every single league event as I can. So I'm definitely going to do all of the local ones. So would you miss something here on the broadcast? There's 1-0. But I'll be at all of the events. So looking to go to the Honda Center. That's been one growing up in Southern Orange County. That would be a dream to go to.
Well, there we go. We got program on site, one apiece.
Nice high line by Miles Evans.
Trevor immediately looking for the over call. Excuse me, too. You've had some fun up at the net. A little wild, Troy Field.
What are you possibly talking about?
The catch and throw? You've gotten away with like 7 of them.
I thought those were just
illegal plays.
Was I doing something wrong in those?
Yeah, that's point to the other team. What a stab from Evans.
Referee Irwin has had enough of your antics, Mr. Field.
Hey, well, you know what? We actually did some interviews here at the Viejas Arena, and that was one of the questions I was asking some people. Did you see the video? Do you think it's legal or illegal? A lot of them coming back legal, which tells me that nobody knows the rules of volleyball.
Exactly. Or they understand who's interviewing them.
A stunning admission from Troy Field.
Couple nice defensive plays in this rally.
Holy cow.
Adding one more is Crabb.
Chase almost had the block. Wow. What a play. Paid for your seat, but you're only using the edge.
Take a look at the Wilson volleyball play of the day. The touch, the turn for Theo Brunner.
Well, I love this dig here, too, from Trevor, that he kept going, laid out, got the right hand underneath it, and then aggressive at the net. And the more digs that Trevor can pick up, the more he can benefit from his ability to put the ball away. I think in transition, he's excellent. He just has to make sure in defense he's able to generate those opportunities. There's another one.
Can they convert? Miles is in the right spot, can't take the heat.
Troy, it's fun to think about, what, 2018, one of your first years on tour, and lo and behold,
oh yeah, I played this guy.
Now.
Yeah, played Chase Budinger and Sean Rosenthal in Austin. David Vandermeer. And now I'm sitting here, and I had the opportunity to play with Chase. I mean, my whole career has been the biggest blessing. I can't thank it enough. There's a lot of serendipitous moments, and I'm so grateful to be here.
David Vandermeer, a bit of a muscle hamster, that guy.
Yes, and he had a battle with cancer and came out on top, so that was one of the coolest things to see, and didn't get a lot of light. So, David, if you're watching, love you, pal. I'm happy you beat it.
A lot of conversation about the 2 defenders on the court. from Tr.Crabb and Miles Evans. And it's interesting, when you look at their digs per set, they're actually a little bit closer than you might think. I mean, Trevor's sitting at just under, we'll say 2.5. He's at about 2.29. And for Miles Evans, it's a different conversation at 2.29, or 2.28, excuse me. So very close. Casey Patterson, what you got going on?
Oh, I'm just signing autographs. It feels a little awkward, actually. I'm like, they want my autograph? I'm not even in shorts. This is the dodgeball crew that just destroyed my team. Tr.Crabb was on the other team. Where's my guy? What was your name again? Luis. I sprint. I get the ball first. I throw it at Luis. He's falling like a dead warrior and catches the ball, gets me out. I don't even get to play. It is insane. How do you guys like it so far, though? Luis, especially.
It's awesome. It's an awesome venue. We're not a big fan of the 15 points just because we love watching people play more, but it's cool, though.
Yeah. You get a little bit more action, like, fast, though, right? I mean, like, there's no waste of time on that first side switch. You just got to go, right? You play. You play.
But I do play, yes.
What do you think about it so far?
I'm loving it, and I really like the city-centric team structure. I think it's fun to just have a little bit of, like, you know, city pride and just kind of have loyalty for a team. We all live in San Diego, so it's fun to root for Smash. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, you get to get behind it. I love it. I love it. Yep, so I'm just trying to redeem myself for the next time we play dodgeball. That's my only goal now. So, yeah, back to the game if you're into that. We are doing the dodgeball.
Not on the average Joes nor the Purple Cobras. Casey, he's got a lot of work to do. He's going to rise to the ranks.
Blazer. Well, you were talking about the digs. What surprises you more, that Trevor has these digs? Because they, I mean, the caliber of teams, you know, both these guys playing, you know, they played in Miami, so they had against what, Phil and Avery, and then Billy and Paul. And Chase so far has played TNT, yours truly, but they also played New York Nitro, and they played, who'd they play in LA again? Miami or Dallas? No.
What surprised me is the fact that when you look at Miles Evans and Tr.Crabb, who are very similar at that 2.3 or so, a little bit below 2.3 digs per set. Miles Partain is at 3.4. So you're more than a dig a set behind the leader.
What's Haley?
You want to get a lot closer than that.
Haley's at 5.
5?
Yeah. Haley Harward's at, I believe, 5.43, actually. She's leading the women's field.
Wow. She's been, a lot of people were super impressed with her play this weekend. And so she has some new fans from people. It's their first ever AVP here, week 3 in San Diego. So pretty cool that this league is providing some of these athletes to kind of find their platform. Man, are they playing good volleyball here.
First time the AVP's been back to San Diego since 2009.
2009. Serving Chase. Interesting.
Trevor keeps it on his side, but just barely with the southpaw.
Oh, just needed that a little tighter. Anything a little tighter. What a dig from Chase Budinger, though. Wow.
Why serve Chase?
I mean, that's the question that I think we were all asking when we saw it. But yeah, they won the point. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's the game plan.
I think like Philly, you got to just make sure he's awake once in a while. I wouldn't even mind maybe going to his left. Now we've had 3 errors in the last 4 points here. The wheels are coming off for the smash. No, we had 2 errors from Chase, 1 from Miles here. That's not close.
That isn't it. I'd like to see just a little momentum here from San Diego.
Falling out of it with a slide attack.
Sweet. Wow. And this could be it. Is that the push in the right direction? No pun intended.
I mean,
I think you should intend it.
But how did the point come about? Right? The pass slightly out of system, falling back. He had to attack coming off of 1 foot.
Look at Miles getting conservative too, going away from the jump serve now.
Oh,
strikes me as odd.
Oh, so hard as a defender, right? You're reading the attacker, and so you kind of commit to that easy line, and the blocker gets a touch. It's one of the hardest kind of plays to happen. It's a frustrating thing, especially 6-9, chance at a point to make it 7-9. Nice pass.
And just cuffing that ball perfectly placed to the corner. Keeping this a 3-point game.
Very smooth. Those of you guys watching at home, that's very difficult. How you're going to get a ball over Theodore Brunner. Perfectly judged on the line. And hang on. What's your guys' thoughts here? Did you see
that ball
this?
was out.
It looked like it hit the green little mark there, that bungee. But did it tag the ring?
I think that's out. I think you're right. It hit the bungee.
That mark is just so close, but out of bounds?
Matt Laveau says out.
Well, lip reading said it hit the bungee, not the corner. Now, if it was the line for anybody playing back home, if there's a frayed line or extra line that is out of bounds and it hits that line, rules is that that is in. So it's your job to make sure the lines are nice. And any part of the line, that bungee does not count as the line.
Well maintained.
Holy cow.
As Chase Budinger elevates. Feels like he can just find a different gear.
I think it's just he's in stratospheres that not many people are, and there's a lot.
I don't think they explore the option enough with this crew here, and pushing it across the net either. You could like to see a little more of that with Chase, because he's not going to get the ball all the time, which is basically what's been happening with opponents. Then you need to scoop it across the net and then send it back to Miles. Really put a lot of pressure, go pin to pin.
Yeah, they're not going to kind of ramp up their serving and try to get them out of system. It seemed like that's when they had the most success, when their Olympic run, and then watching them in China. I mean, these guys, Miles and Chase, played unbelievable in that win, and they were really, really using the option a lot. Speak of it. There it is, right there.
Way to change that sentence.
Yeah.
I know where you're going with that. Brunner and Crabb won the first 3 meetings between these two teams. Budinger and Evans winning the last 2. A handful of those coming at the international level.
Really cool to see Miles. He kind of chose that international scene, so he gets a dig here.
How about the set?
The set was incredible.
Casey Patterson, are you down there?
Oh, I'm here.
Spotlight I've been waiting for.
I know. I've been like nervous. Like, should I go talk to April? I'm like, a little nervous. Had to build up the courage, but
Really focused on
the score is really important right now, so I felt like it's the right time. This is where April.
At the end, when I want to watch the game, you're here to talk to me. I love this.
I'm like, okay, April, where would you go on the serve here? You got almost match point. No, what do you think of your team right now? I mean, great playing.
They came to play today. As a collective team, we were disappointed yesterday. They're setting the tone for us. We talked about it, different energy.
Yeah.
We want to go out and replicate what they're doing.
Right. Taylor's gonna play with his game, not his voice. Right.
Yeah, he's been very quiet tonight, which I'm impressed by.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. You know.
Match point right now.
Go ahead.
No. Where do you think Trevor goes to? I feel like he goes that little 14-foot floater.
Yeah,
Right
he's gonna go to Miles' inside arm. Yeah, Theo's gonna dive. Oh, wow, completely big wrinkle. What do we think? He wanted to pad Theo's blocking stats even more, because I know Theo's leading the league in blocks. I don't know what he's at tonight, but I think it's up there. It's definitely.
Like, overall, he has the most blocks easily.
But I think he's got at least 4 tonight. I know he's averaging like 5 a match, which is crazy.
Okay, we got a lot of insight from April. We hope we can close it out here. We're going to let her watch and enjoy this match point.
Awesome, thanks. Good work, Casey. And yeah, Theo's block has been a daunting task to have to face, but Trevor.Crabb with another look and the close.
There it
In
is.
straight sets, the Miami Mayhem get back on top.
The winners in straight sets.
And handshakes ended. Good job by everybody.
Yeah,
They played
way to
nice
play
in
together,
the
boys.
sandbox.
Yes, I was with you. I was with you. Same idea. It is really cool to see somebody like April Ross be so invested that she can't do the interview because of this new format with the league, you know, paired up with the men's and a women's team. So it was really cool to see her even hushing because the DJ Ruche stopped the music. So it's so cool to see somebody like her. She's one of my idols.
Trevor just showed the Miami Mayhem jersey to Tony and Gina on his way off the sand. Let them know.
Well, April showed her support. Trevor showed his support in a different way for the other.
Well, I remember Tony and Gina too participating in the push and enjoying that. There's little team rivalries carrying over.
Oh yeah. Talk about setting the tone. Well, the tone has no doubt been set for the Miami Mayhem as the standings are increased. They just moved up to the number 3 spot. That's a really nice win for them. Alex and April will be coming up next, but it's time for Mark Sherman with our winners, Theo and Trevor.
Well, for that matchup, there was definitely a lot of hype. Frankly, Trevor and Theo, you took the hype out of that one. You guys played real well. You at the net, especially Theo, you had a lot of blocks. You were affecting things really well. What was your mindset going into that one, knowing there was all the hype?
I mean, basically what I always do is just try and play boring volleyball, do my thing. I don't do well when I get hyped up like that, Trevor does. But I was kind of waiting for some sort of action, explosion to happen. Nothing ever came, so it was a little weird.
Yeah, it was a little weird. Yeah, you guys took care of business. Trevor, you especially back there behind the big block. It's nice to play behind a block that is affecting the play that well, but you on defense made some amazing plays as well. How were you feeling going into that match?
I mean, obviously the last match it was a little more emotional. This time we kept it a little more business. We know that if we just play our game and lock in, we're the better team any day of the week. And playing behind this guy's block is pretty easy. So I mean, I just let him do all the work up there.
I love it. You heard it there, ladies and gentlemen. He tells it like it is. It's Tr.Crabb and Theo Brunner, your winners in straight sets for the Miami Mayhem.
Did you want some hot sauce, Cam?
Well, you heard it there. Trevor and Theo saying they're the team to beat. It was 8 errors on the other side for Evans and Budinger that ultimately sealed the win for the Miami Mayhem. The A team coming up next, looking to increase their league standings. Oh.